Welcome back to Cryptorama. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone's doing okay, even with the recent collapse of FTX and the crypto markets just being really bearish right now. Which, for those of you who don't know, FTX is a crypto exchange that just filed for bankruptcy. They're facing a huge scandal and basically had to file for bankruptcy. And during that time, they also faced a hack which stole like a couple $100 million from them. So really bad stuff going on. I'm really sorry for any of you holders out there who are being affected by this, who can't withdraw their funds now. Obviously, it's something that we never like to see in crypto, but it has happened before. And it just goes to highlight a point I like to make here on the channel often, which is how important decentralization is. I don't want to beat a dead horse right now, but of course, you know, if all this crypto had been stored in people's personal wallets, they could take it to a decentralized exchange and they wouldn't be in this bad situation that they are right now. So of course, hindsight's 2020, but that is something I always talk about here on the channel, and it's why I believe in Cardano so much and why I talk about Cardano pretty much exclusively here on the channel. I'm not really a maxi by any means. I do hold other positions, but none as big as Cardano and none that I have as much faith in as Cardano. I think other people are starting to see too, after the collapse of Luna, FTX, and all this stuff going on, that it really is important to have a decentralized chain like Cardano, one that's being built to be future-proofed, one that's built for regulations, that's built to be the currency of nations. It's just an altogether different animal than one of these VC-backed coins that really just, you know, pumped and then dumped completely. So I think that when we're talking about billions of dollars, when we're talking about world-changing financial infrastructure, you want it to be as rock solid and bulletproof as Cardano. Which, speaking of, still a lot going on in the Cardano community. That's really why I want to make this video today. We got the summit coming up, always so much going on, like I said, on the Cardano chain. We're kind of just rolling through right now, relatively unscathed, and actually other people are starting to take notice. We saw a huge uptick in wallets. I want to get to that, so let's head on over to some of our news topics real quick. Of course, as I just mentioned, we do have the Cardano Summit 2022 coming up. This is going to take place November 19th through the 21st. You can come right now to their site. I'll include a link down in the description and register for virtual attendance right now. I'll let you know, last year, people who came and attended virtually were able to mint an NFT, and that NFT was actually given utilities in projects such as like Cornucopias. So they haven't said exactly what, but they did allude to the fact that it would get some utility in game. So not saying that they will do something similar this year, but it may be worth attending just because obviously they had that last year as well. Plus you might just see some cool speakers there. Speaking of Cornucopias, I know Josh from Cornucopias, one of the founders, he was actually elected to speak for 2 different categories. So I'm really excited for that. If you follow the channel, you know I talk about Cornucopias all the time. So again, this is really huge. Anytime the community can come together and put something on like this and strengthen our bonds, I think it's really great and just benefits all of Cardano, really. As I also mentioned in the intro, we saw a huge spike in new wallets on Cardano in the past week following the collapse of FTX. So we had like a 400% increase, something like 30,000 new wallets on Cardano. So I think people are definitely, as I mentioned, starting to take notice of the fact that Cardano has been putting in the work and they are a future-proof chain. It's much like the story of the tortoise and the hare, where last year it seemed like everyone was mocking us for our slow, very rigorous academic approach, and it seemed like we were way behind because of it. And now this year it seems like we're years ahead of everyone because of it. So it's just been interesting to see that paradigm shift. In NFT news, last week I did a video where I covered some OG projects that were still building in the backgrounds. Hashguardians was one of those. These guys, if you're not familiar with, they're a play and earn game on Cardano. They've been building out for over a year. I have a lot of respect for this team for the way that they've handled everything and for the way that they've just continued to build in the background. And wouldn't you know it, 1 week after that video, they post an absolutely huge announcement. They have partnered with World Mobile Token, one of the flagships on the Cardano ecosystem. So again, this is a huge, huge partnership for them. If we come here, we can read the Medium article, and I'll include a link for you guys, of course. Basically, the takeaway is they're going to give these rangers with World Mobile Token traits to their node operators. These will be usable in-game. Also, they're going to mint these rangers, which I'll talk about in a second as well. But their Generation 1 rangers are going to have World Mobile Token traits as well. One of the coolest things, though, to me is that upon release, the Hashguardians universe is going to be a featured experience on the World Mobile Token native dApp store. So that's going to be absolutely huge for the Hashguardians. Some really great coverage for us there. These up here in the banner are the Rangers that I was talking about. So they're going to be these Wildcats here in a profile picture style setting. If you want to mint one of these Rangers, right now the only way that you can is you got to join the Hashguardians Discord and you got to submit an application to be selected. So I don't know if they're going to be opening that up in the future, but if you guys are interested in minting one of these Rangers and hopefully getting some of those World Mobile Token traits, you got to come join the Hashguardians Discord and submit an application. Of course, we've always got big news coming out of Cornucopias game. If you guys don't follow them, every week Rob and Josh, two of the founders, do a Kopi Cafe where they keep the community informed. They always do leaks and things like that, and it's a really great time. Definitely go check them out if you're not following them right now. If you were following them, you would have seen them leak this hoverboard this week. So we had just been talking about this in the Discord, so it's really kind of funny to see them leak this. Turns out this may be how we're going to race inside our custom domes as well. So that's really got me excited. I love thinking about all the possibilities we're going to have with our custom domes. But in any case, right now, if you come to the Cornucopias Twitter, it looks like they're doing some sort of naming contest. I mean, they asked what we should name it. I don't know if they're going to actually pick a name from the community and name it that, but maybe it's worth a shot going on there. If you have a cool name in mind, drop it. Maybe you'll be immortalized in the game that way, which would be pretty sweet. But yeah, so aside from the hoverboard, they did also say that they were going to be doing a special Thanksgiving episode. So definitely looking forward to that coming up next week. I don't really know what it could be, but these guys are always cooking up something, and I'm really excited about that. Of course, after that, we've also got a busy holiday season coming from these guys. We've got a test mint coming up before the Xmas mint. So they've got to test the system after the Vassal hard fork and make sure it's all great, which is really cool because that's going to be another NFT to tree mint for us, which I'm really excited for. This time it's going to be a Joshua tree. But then we also have the Christmas mint after that. So for those of you who don't know, Cornucopias operates their mint on a tier basis. Typically we've seen that tier 1 is their OGs from the Discord. They get a little bit of advantage for being the OGs. Tier 2 goes to typically NFT holders, and then tier 3 is more like a public mint. Definitely if you guys are interested, now is a great time to get ahead of the curve. Go get in the Discord, get connected with their marketplace website so that you're ready to mint when those come up. Nothing worse than seeing people come in last second like, hey, I've got an NFT that I bought for this mint. How do I get verified? And they're like, well, it might take a couple hours and the mint's in an hour. You're going to miss out on that advantage that you just purchased. And it's just an awesome project, so definitely go check them out. Another project that I covered in that same OG Builders video was Angel Baby Hit Squad. So of course that's ran by Fettuccini. He's been an ambassador for the space for a long time. He was the first, I believe, cross-chain NFT for Cardano, and he's really helped bring a lot of other eyes to the space. So he's really kind of a pioneer in that sense. In any case, this week on November 13th, they started their Demon Hit Squad mint. So if you have a whitelist token, you're able to come now and mint one of these demons. If you don't have a whitelist token, you can get one, of course, from minting an Angel Baby Hit Squad, or you can get one off the secondary market. But yeah, basically once you've got that whitelist token, you've got 66 years to mint, so no need to rush over there and do it. But really cool to see this project continue to progress, and of course he's got this whole ecosystem he's built out. He's got a war with the angels and the demons, and he's got his blessed token. So if you guys are interested in that at all, definitely come check out the new Demon Hit Squad mint. Another project that I talked about somewhat recently on the channel that's seen some really awesome progression recently is the Gophers Mining Club. So as you guys recall or may not recall, they recently had their pre-sale in which they sold 1,000 of these Goofy Gophers, which each gopher is going to entitle you to a percentage of their ASIC mining rewards. So that's one thing that's got me really excited about it. I'm definitely interested in crypto mining. But in any case, with that first purchase, they have recently purchased 5 L7 miners. These are going to mine Doge and Litecoin, so they can mine them both at the same time. They held off on getting some BTC miners for right now just because the profitability actually went down a bit. So it's just more profitable right now to go with Doge and LTC. Of course, they're going to compound for 6 months and keep buying more machines. They've also got their main sale coming up for another 7,888 gophers. Not gonna lie, of course, with a big project like this, I always like to do a lot of research, and my first time covering them, I was somewhat apprehensive. Of course, I did go ahead and mint anyways. Since then, they've really been on a lot of spaces. They've done a lot of interviews with big projects, or excuse me, with some big names that are covering projects. And then they also published a interview with the farm that's going to be hosting all this equipment. They've been answering a lot of those questions we've all been having. and they've also got something posted from the legal team as well. So from my end, it looks like they're crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's and really turning out to be a solid project. If you're interested in getting exposure to ASIC mining rewards but don't have the money for the equipment itself, I definitely recommend coming and checking out the Gophers Mining Club. They've got their own YouTube and they've got their Discord, so get in there and check them out. Well, that's it for today's episode, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, remember, always be safe out there. Get your crypto off the exchanges into your own wallet, preferably a hardware wallet if you can swing it. Definitely should be your goal to get there if you don't have a hardware wallet currently. Like and sub to the channel so you don't miss out on future coverage, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.